Yesterday, on this very program, the private sector-led Coalition Against COVID-19, COVID-19, cleared the air on vaccine procurement claims made by the BOA Group, saying the company cannot lay claims to the acquisition of vaccines for Nigeria, as presently no private organization is authorized to do so globally. The administrator, COVID and managing director of Aliko Dangote's foundation, Ms. Zuera Yusufu, explained that the COVID will purchase vaccines through mechanisms such as COVAX and will be delivered to Nigeria and distributed through the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, the NPHCDA. Meanwhile, in South Africa, the health minister has said the government may sell or swap its doses of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine, but it would wait for advice from scientists as it prepares to roll out an alternative U.S. shot next week. So the question is, can Nigeria move faster when it comes to vaccine rollout compared to other African nations? Joining us to discuss this is an analyst at Financial Derivatives Company Limited, DAMI ADIGUN. DAMI, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. So we just mentioned South Africa. There's other countries like Kenya, Seychelles that have purchased, I guess, significant amounts of vaccine doses. Meanwhile, we got the update in Nigeria about COVID-19, working with the federal government to secure about 1 million doses of a vaccine. But prior to that, because we just got this update starting from Monday. Prior to that, I think Nigeria had only secured about 100,000. And that's before you include these private sector players. Can we move faster? Why are we not moving at a faster pace in Nigeria?
Okay, thank you for having me. To move at a faster pace, we need to take the vaccine process. The vaccine purchasing process more seriously. The reason why we have not been able to secure as many vaccines as other countries is because, number one, we have not produced our own vaccines, which is quite an expensive ordeal to do. And number two, the demand there's a surplus of demand for these vaccines, so it has made it more difficult to get that. But still, because the vaccine is the key to our economic recovery, it's of paramount importance that we purchase these vaccines at a fast pace.
All right, great stuff. So with Nigeria's vaccine supply being where it is, how will this impact the road to recovery for the Nigerian economy, which by some estimates has been projected to grow anywhere from 1.7% in 2021 to 2%, but still under population growth? How do you see that affecting that metric?
The key to having economic growth, to the economy recovering, is to achieve herd immunity. And herd immunity will only be achieved when 70% of the Nigerian adult population is immune to the virus. And to achieve herd immunity, you can do it either two ways. One, through natural infection, which means people contract the virus and then they build antibodies or T cells that allow them to not catch it in the future. Or we have vaccines, and since we have such a limited supply of vaccines, it's going to be harder to recover from this recession, and it could mean that the additional projection of 1.7 to 2% is a bit too optimistic. We might have to scale it back.
All right. Okay. Yes. Others share that opinion as well. And key thing is population growth again, 2.6, 2.7. We're not quite there. All right, Dami. According to publications like The Economist, richer nations such as U.S., UK, EU members such as Germany and France are expected to vaccinate the majority of their adult populations by late this year, 2021. But most African countries, estimates are looking at late 2022, maybe even 2023. Will this widen the inequality between these nations?
Well, because they've been able to secure, they are projected to vaccinate their population by late 2021. They will be able to recover faster from this recession induced by the pandemic, and because of this, it will lead to their GDP growing at a faster rate than the Nigerian economy or other African economies, because they might still be in a recession or their economic growth might be stunted. So yes, it will widen the gap of inequality, because until we achieve herd immunity and we can remove all restrictions in order to combat this virus, we must be able to vaccinate as many people.
So it remains a challenge. Yeah. So okay, I get what you're saying with that. The inequality gap will most likely widen. The African Union, right? They've bought reportedly 670 million vaccine doses, which is not enough, unfortunately, for an African population of 1.2, 1.3 billion. World Health Organization, they've created, of course, the COVAX scheme, which, of course, is being mentioned by COVID, for low to middle income countries, which is the objective of providing 20% of, or vaccines to 20% of each participating country, right? What impact will this scheme have on achieving herd immunity that you've mentioned already? And will it possibly be a boost to that African economies need?
The problem with the COVAX scheme is that many of the vaccines that have been procured for Nigeria, for African economies, are AstraZeneca vaccines. And this new variant of coronavirus, the 501v2 variant that originates in South Africa, has shown that it's a lot harder, that the AstraZeneca vaccine might not be able to protect us from that new variant. So we although AstraZeneca are trying to develop a new vaccine, or a booster shot, if you will, to combat this, it's going to take some time, and it will mean that we have to procure other coronavirus vaccines from companies such as Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, and Moderna, who have shown that they provide a certain level of immunity from this new variant.
All right, got a long way to go. I appreciate you coming on to explain what the road ahead and how we can navigate these waters, try to get as many Africans vaccinated as possible. DAMI ADIGUN, analyst at Financial Derivatives Company Limited. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right.